Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech, and in this video, we're taking a look at the Xilinx C1100 FPGA and how that specific FPGA has kind of been pushed off as far as mining Radiant profitably. Radiant is a cryptocurrency I've been mining for quite some time now, and it seems that GPUs and FPGAs are being forced off the network because they're not profitable anymore, because some big boys have come into the game. Now, that's pure speculation still. While the math does add up, we have no concrete verifiable data that some of the big boy ASICs has come onto the network. But if we look at the math and the charts for the difficulty and net hash, I think I can get you to agree with me. However, I'm interested to know your thoughts as far as how to mine Radiant with your FPGA. I have plenty of guides out there, not only for Radiant, but for Alphium and many others. If you're interested, go check out the channel. I show you how you can mine some of these tokens that aren't available or don't show on the mining calculators for your FPGA, and how to get involved or get into various discords so that way you can get some of these bit streams that were approved or that the dev allowed me to talk about, right? There's a very tight-knit community. You don't want to make them upset, so you want to be respectful as best you can. Right now, I am on Alphium, not Radiant, but it's basically the same story for both of these. But we're going to be focusing on Radiant. If we look at the amount of Radiant I was earning in late 2023 of November, I would say I was averaging about 460 to 450 Radiant with just the Xilinx FPGA. There's going to be some outliers that you're going to see here, and we'll talk about those. But I say in late 2023, it was about almost 500, 460 to 500. And then in early 2024, I was averaging about 550, but bumping up all the way to 650, all the way down to 547. But around 600 was about the average that I was getting in early 2024. In March, these are the outliers. You can see here I made about 1,200 in one day, and then here I made about almost 5,800 in one day. And that's because I put some GPU rigs, a couple with the FPGA on the same wallet address. So we can ignore this. Main thing is about 450, 460 here, and then about 600 here. And then as we get into April, we're sitting on an average around 400, maybe 480 again. But then in later April, it starts to fall off a cliff. And we drop down to 300, and then drop down even further from 200 down to 100. And right now, at time of filming, when I'm mining Radiant with my Xilinx C1100, I'm only averaging about 100 Radiant a day, which isn't much, 11 cents in fiat, and that's quite unfortunate, right? So some of the FPGAs are being pushed off of the Radiant ecosystem because the big boys have come out to play. And unfortunately, even though the big boys have come out to play, the price appreciation hasn't really followed, right? Like the market cap sitting around 12 mil, the 24-hour volumes under 100,000. I would like to see Radiant get on more markets, and they're really community driven. So there are some things that I would like to see the community and the Radiant ecosystem improve on. Get on more exchanges, and hopefully when an actual verified announcement comes out from the ASIC manufacturer, whoever it might be, saying that, hey, we are partnered with Radiant, or, we're going to be releasing these ASICs, we should see some price appreciation. It just hasn't happened as much. Now, over the past month, I say June 11th, we had a nice little pump. But looking at the long term, Radiant has always been under a cent. So a lot of people are mining this token because they appreciate the community, they appreciate the goals, what Radiant is doing, and they're mining it even if it's not profitable because they believe in it long term. And I believe we are on the cusp of a full-on bull run. We're at the beginning stages of a full-on bull run, and when that bull market happens, I do believe that Radiant could hit at least 1 cent. It would be nice to see as well. So a lot of people are mining it, even though it's not profitable for them. But the FPGAs are definitely getting pushed off, because if we look at the net difficulty, let's say early or late February 2024, we're sitting around 4. And then as we lead into March, we jump up to 6.34. It dips again, going back into the high 4s, 482. But then all of a sudden we jump up like a rocket ship up to around 13.74, 13.63, 13, almost 14 at some points. And actually, I think break 14. There it is right there on May 18th, 2024. We have dipped back down to 12.12 at time of recording. If we look at the net hash, same story, right? You can see that there's some dips here. We were at 40 terahash in end of 2023, December. And then as far as recently, like March, February, we were sitting around that 50, 60 terahash range. We got a nice little pump up to almost 100 terahash, hit 101, dip back down to 55, and then rocket shipped up all the way to 220 terahash. So that's a lot of net hash to just suddenly come online in May. So around 200 terahash, and we have dipped back down to, I would say, the like sub 200 terahash range, 183, 190, somewhere in there at time of recording. And again, that's pushing these FPGAs off of the Radiant ecosystem. And that's usually how it goes, by the way. I know a lot of people get mad about that, but CPU, small scale miners, then GPUs, then FPGAs, and then big boy ASICs. And so the GPUs, the CPUs, and even the FPGAs who have the capability to adapt have to keep jumping to that next cryptocurrency to stay in that profitability range. So it is the game of cat and mouse we play, but it is one that I inherently understand and I've grown to understand since my early days of mining, since 2013, 2014. But we can see that C1100 here, if we click on it, the most profitable coin to mine right now is Alphium. And I'm only making, if I move out of your way here, I'm only making around 20 cents profit at my cost of electricity. So it's not really all that attractive. But you don't see Radiant. You don't see Gram. You don't see a lot of things on here. But those coins are able to be mined. And again, I show you how to do that on some of these, some of my videos that are on the channel. Osprey E300, Gram is the most profitable to mine right now. You're only making around $4 a day at the cost of electricity that is calculated right now. But, then you have Etika, Alphium, Caspa. And believe it or not, Etika is mineable on my C1100. And so is Radiant. And so is a number of others. So it shows for the Osprey E300, just not for the C1100. And then the Coal Engine P2 or the Superscalar K10, which can mine Radiant, you can see how far it's dropped down, right? You're negative $4.94 right now. You're still making about 1,300 Radiant a day, but you're down fiat-wise. So it really comes down to what are your convictions? Would you be comfortable mining these tokens at a negative or, basically eating the cost of electricity in order to stack as much of these cryptocurrencies as possible? I believe the team at Radiant have a future in front of them. I think they got some things to improve on. Again, get on more exchanges, continue to push, continue to market. If there is a big boy manufacturer creating ASICs for it, we should see price appreciation happen. I think Crypto Mikkel concurs with me on that, or I concur with him on that. But we'll just have to wait and see how the market shakes out, and if this new hardware is going to be announced, who is it by, right? Because the brand and the name matters a lot as well. But we should see a nice little spike up, and then when the bull market is full on in your face here, I think Radiant could be a 1 cent asset or higher, 2 cent or 1.8 cent, somewhere in that range. But that's just pure speculation on my part. I just wanted to share what my FPGA is doing profitability wise. I always look at the amount of cryptocurrency I'm earning, not the fiat value, but always do what's best for you, your setup, your overhead, your cost of electricity, your operation cost, whatever it might be. But that's going to do it for today's video. So do me a favor on the way out, hit that like button. Make sure to get subscribed, hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out additional links in the description. That'll support the channel and what we do here. And I hope you have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you next one.